There's a moment when you realize that your greatest strength has become your greatest vulnerability, when the very quality that makes you beautiful is what makes you prey. Your openness, your transparency, your willingness to share your heart, your thoughts, your dreams with others. 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli wrote something that would haunt the corridors of power forever. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really. Tonight, we need to talk about why your beautiful, open heart might be putting you in danger. Let me tell you about Emma. Emma was the friend everyone loved. She wore her emotions on her sleeve, shared her struggles openly, celebrated others' successes genuinely. Emma believed that vulnerability was strength, that authenticity was power, that openness created connection. Emma was right about all of that. But Emma learned something darker. She learned that not everyone who listens to your secrets wants to protect them. Not everyone who sees your vulnerability wants to honor it. Some people collect your openness like weapons. They gather your insecurities, catalog your fears, map your emotional landscape, not to love you better, but to control you better. This is Machiavelli's warning. In a world where information is power, your transparency is currency, and some people are very good at spending what you freely give. But here's what they don't tell you in self-help books about vulnerability. There's a difference between being open and being unguarded, between authenticity and naivety, between sharing your truth and giving away your power. The people who study you, and yes, they are studying you, they're not doing it consciously. They're not sitting in dark rooms plotting your downfall. Most of them don't even realize they're doing it. But their subconscious minds are always working, always cataloging, always filing away information about what makes you tick, what makes you hurt, what makes you surrender. They learn that when you mention your father, your voice gets smaller. They notice that criticism about your work hits differently than criticism about your appearance. They discover which buttons to push to make you doubt yourself, which words to use to make you comply. And they learned this from watching their own families do it first. Think about it. Where did you first learn to be open? Probably at home. In families where emotional transparency was demanded, where your feelings were treated as public property, where "we don't keep secrets" really meant you don't get privacy. You learned that love required complete disclosure, that hiding anything was lying, that boundaries were selfishness, that privacy was suspicious. So you grew up believing that openness equals intimacy, that sharing your wounds means sharing your humanity, that vulnerability is always virtuous. But here's the truth they didn't teach you. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Machiavelli understood something about human nature that makes us uncomfortable. People are more interested in what benefits them than in what's true, more motivated by what they can gain than by what they can give. This doesn't make them evil, it makes them human. But it makes your unguarded openness dangerous. When you share your fear of abandonment, some people file that away for the next time they want you to chase them. When you reveal your childhood wounds, some people learn exactly which scars to press when they need you to feel small. When you show them your soft spots, they don't always kiss them gently. Sometimes they aim for them. But this isn't a call to become closed. This isn't about building walls or becoming cynical. This is about becoming strategic. Strategic with your vulnerability, selective with your secrets, intentional with your intimacy. Because the most powerful people in the world, the ones who truly change things, who truly make a difference, they understand something profound. Mystery is power. What people don't know about you, they can't use against you. This doesn't mean becoming fake. It means becoming careful. It means recognizing that your openness is a gift, not an obligation. that your vulnerability is sacred, not common, that your inner world is precious, not public. The people who deserve your transparency will earn it over time, through consistency, through reciprocity, through proving that they handle your heart like the sacred thing it is. They won't demand your secrets as proof of trust. They won't use your fears as ammunition in arguments. They won't treat your vulnerabilities like entertainment or your struggles like weakness. They'll match your openness with their own. They'll meet your vulnerability with protection, not exploitation. But until someone proves they deserve that level of access, keep some parts of yourself to yourself. Because in a world full of people who mistake information for intimacy, your privacy becomes your power. Your mystery becomes your protection. Your boundaries become your freedom. Machiavelli wrote that, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." But I think he missed something. I think the real power lies in being respected. And respect comes not from complete transparency, but from selective revelation. Not from giving everyone everything, but from giving the right people the right things at the right time. So tonight, I want you to think about this. Who in your life has earned access to your full story? Who has proven themselves worthy of your complete transparency? And who might be reading you more carefully than you realized? Where have you been too open too quickly? Where have you shared your power disguised as sharing your truth? Where have you confused vulnerability with wisdom? Your openness is not a weakness to be cured. It's a strength to be protected. Your vulnerability is not a flaw to be hidden. It's a gift to be given wisely. But remember Machiavelli's warning. In a world where everyone is watching, not everyone is wishing you well. Be open. Be authentic, be vulnerable, but be strategic about it. Be intentional about it. Be protective of the beautiful, complex, powerful being that you are. Because your story is sacred, your truth is valuable, and your heart deserves to be held by people who understand what a privilege that is. What you reveal and what you conceal, that's where your power lives. If this message resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in these words, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced the dark side of openness? How have you learned to protect your vulnerability while still staying authentic? And if you're ready to explore more of these uncomfortable truths about human nature, subscribe. Because every week we'll meet here in the darkness and learn how to navigate a world that isn't always as safe as we wish it were, wisely.